Hey guys, what is going on? This is grwm is back with the continuation, part 3 video of how to calculate risk with volatility 75. Um, and with that, um, I remember last video, guys. Definitely make sure like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Like I said, if I can help you with anything. Like I said, I'll try my best to lead you in the right direction with the price, technical analysis knowledge that I have now, experience that I am comfortable with gaining in the future, or the emotions that I have with the trust of the knowledge that I'm going to gain knowledge in the future and the love for it. So, with that being said, guys, I'm trying to overcomplicate this much, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like to confirm things. I like to see things line up in reality, and I like things that make sense. So, let's go ahead and continue the video from the last one's part 3 video. I thought it was going to be part 2 video. I tried to also share my freaking uh, camera, but I quickly realized that that was a bad decision because my hair is all bad, my camera's foggy, and I just look freaking horrible. But told myself all summer 6/27/26, man, we're gonna be making videos all summer. You guys see the Instagram blowing up. You guys see we got the Discord, traditionally Desi, which I got to um, make on the channel. I gotta put a link on the channel because I'm pretty sure I don't have a link on the channel. I gotta put a link in the description of this video to the channel. So traditionally Desi, definitely, guys, make sure you join that. I'll put a link. There's a link on my Instagram as well. I got traditionally Desi group on my Instagram, and I have traditionally Desi on my Telegram, so that you guys have a group where I can, like I said, at least be a resource for you and at least be a friend if you need someone to talk to. If you're going through like other things, you guys know this motivational channel most definitely as well, and it's just a religious channel as well. So while you're here, you can expect, videos sometimes that I get, spiritual downloads, things like that, that I get, that I, run into being super, super grateful for. And I run into being super, super kind of cognitive. And, religion is, to get you back on the schedule, man. If you're on a schedule, you're going to know things, and if you know things, then you know things. And uh, religion is one of those things that will kind of, uh, make you accept a certain perspective in life to where you kind of uh, are um, understanding what reality is for you, and you understand what reality is for your responsibility in life, and I, like I said, want to make an environment to where I am not giving you guys just a place to make money, because it's not about the money. It's about the spiritual journey. It's about, doing the right thing. It is about being successful, yes, but in the world that we have today, and the understanding of money that we have today, it is important to notate that even with the fact that you having money, you need to be emotionally available as well. Because if you're not emotionally available to some of these things, you will not simply be emotionally available to the market, simply because you'll be just thrown off of, balance by any and everything. And if you don't know what to be emotional about, see, these are the realizations that you have. They're so deep and they're so true and they're so freaking apparent and they are so correct. And you just trust it, makes you comfortable, it makes you slow down, all type of stuff. If you don't know what to be emotionally comfortable with, if you don't know what to be emotionally correct about, then what are you emotionally correct about, and what is it that you are comfortable with doing in your life? And if you aren't emotionally correct about doing what it is that is correct for you, then you are simply emotionally correct about being lost. And that's the type of thing that kind of, reality kind of shows you, and your mind begins to kind of accept and kind of formally realize and hear, when you accept uh, this perspective that religion gives to you. You guys already know, I pray to Allah, so I am Muslim now, and I've been Muslim for about probably 2 years now, and it helps a lot. It was really stressful, um, and at first, like I said, uh, um, and there was a lot that I was unaware of. But for me and how I like to think about life, it made me really comfortable, and I'm super grateful for it. I pray every day. I've been praying every day for the last like close to 2 years now, and it has been great. Like everything that I thought I knew as a child, like it's just really just adding fuel to the fire. um and kind of bringing a real realization when it comes to the wisdom that is applied, when kind of, so to speak, combing out your hair, coming out those knots, and kind of combing out those things that you thought needed to be, in your energy and in your space. And you kind of just realize those things that you used to get mad about, and you just kind of really sit there and be like, was that was that called for? Was that the proper thing to be emotionally available to? Because if you're emotionally, like I said, guys, passionate about being lost, and you're emotionally passionate about doing the wrong thing, then guys, spiritually you're destroying yourself. Spiritually you're destroying your life. Spiritually you're destroying your career. And spiritually you're destroying your energy. That is the most important, freaking one of the most important tools that you have here in life, is your energy. It allows you so much, so much, so much. So with that being said, guys, let's realize what it is that we need to realize as a trader in the market when we are trading. And let's continue the I guess uh, um, I wanted to say volume from the last video. I don't know if volume is the correct word, but we're going to continue typing up this formula for how to, what do I say, calculate risk, or the formula for calculating risk in trading volatility 75. Um, and Yeah, guys, I wish you guys would have seen it yesterday as well. The psychology, like I said, with this, I literally, let's see if I can show it on here. Yesterday we had this area on the 4 hour, um, where price had started doing this right here. We had turned around at this 44.80 level here, and this doesn't look like a big candle, but if you go to the hour one, you see that a whole bunch of bearish volume, guys. And I just had the psychology, guys. I was just like, man, you know if I get out the market, that means, psychologically I don't trust what a stock is. But with me, like I said, with you, the perspective that you will gain, the perspective that I aim to clear up and make you passionate about as well, is the fact that these little moves won't scare you. These little intraday retracements, or these little corrections in the market, or these little retests in the market, you'll be comfortable with that, because you'll understand what the market is doing, and you'll understand the principle of an asset. You'll understand these things that people will waste their time with, and that people won't waste their time with when it comes to investing. Hey, who cares if the market goes up to 44,816 and retest my initial supply zone 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 3 times? we don't matter because we'll understand that people are no longer in the market at this zone here as far as the initial investments and things like that. People are in the market here. We were studying the market. We were waiting for when the market was down here, right? So we do that. We enter here. We enter here somewhere here, or when we confirm that this double uh, bottom here was a um a floor. It was a supply zone, and we get this pattern up here, and we start coming up here. We start making structure. We will understand that at this point the market is exhausted for premium buys and premium entry and premium price as far as buying an asset at this price. People aren't really interested in it anymore, because if you buy all the way up here, this structure here, there is a possibility that you will be having to risk more than let's say 10% of your account if you're investing on $100 account. And that for me even is a little excessive, because if you're trading on $100 account and you have to risk more than 10%, that's kind of out of my risk. Because if you enter up here and you want to put your stop loss way down here at this premium price here, you get the best price when you are watching the market and you know when to buy low and sell high, because you can essentially buy a product for pennies and sell it for 100x 200x what you initially bought it for. And that's the reason that you buy an asset, because it pays you money. So with that being said, guys, realizing price, how it moves, and all that, let's get to the formula when it comes to calculating risk in the market. Which tablet? I meant which was it? One day. Okay. Before I run out of time here. Okay, so account value $100. Trading micro lot quantity 1. And so the formula is here. So for every 1,000 point move here, like I said, I thought it was $1,000, but it's 1,000 points. It's 1,000 points on this graph that they have here. So for every 1,000 point move, is essentially just what they have here. It is $10 per every 1,000 point move. But don't worry, guys, because you're like, well, it doesn't act like an asset market. Well, it does act like an asset market. Like I said, just understand this is algorithm, and there are certain confirmations that make sense. It's just the fact that you can't really judge it intraday. You should only trust the fact that there is a price that you buy it at, and there is a price that people agree to sell it at. Which means if you buy it low, they're gonna hold for an average of 100%. They're gonna hold for an average of 50%. They're gonna hold for an average of possibly 20%, or even lower. And these things are possible here, like I said, because let's say I buy, my marker lot $100. 10% of that would have been 1,000 point move. Guys, intraday, that's literally right here, that the next high. So if I go for 100%, obviously the goal would be, upwards of 50,000 point level here in this market. Um, and that is reasonable. Could we go higher? Yes. But like I said, if you have the expectation of even 20% or 100%, like I said, it's doable. It's doable. So quantity 1. So every 1,000 points, uh, every 1,000 point change is equal to $10 profit when you buy for purpose of an asset of an asset right? When you understand that you are simply buying an asset. So there is the formula, guys. Account value. Let's say if your account is at $100 and you're trading a micro lot, which is not 1 cent per, because like I said, this is it's off of points, and so it's not really like penny stock, like a dollar change or whatever, where you can, I think some of the other volatility, but like I said, I'm not gonna speak on that because the volatility 75 is just the one that I got familiar with. So I don't know if the 1S volatility 75 market actually acts like a penny stock where you are trading dollar for dollar, but this one is like points, and this is just how they have the conversions on here. And that's just, like I said, what I'm getting comfortable with understanding what an index is and what even a synthetic indice should behave like. So the formula for calculating volatility 75 is, so your account is at 100, trading, you're buying a micro lot quantity of 1, so that would look like this. I only have one of these at 126 currently. So for every 1,000 point change equals $10 profit when you understand that you are buying an asset. Okay, so that is why when we bought at 37, or when we bought at 32,582, and we're currently at 44,000, we don't have um 2,000, 3,000, $4,000 in the account in profit, because we did not um the rate is not like that. Now let me check here. So let's see, per 1,000 point move. Yeah, so I would just, as of right now, like I said, and with the experience that I have with Volatility 75, is the fact that when I'm here, it's just comfortable. It's just comfortable. Like I said, at this $1, this standard lot here, yeah, you get 1,000 points per move, but can your account withstand that is a thing, and can your mental state tolerate that type of stress when trading an account, and can you stop blowing accounts when trading at that rate, um and when you risk like that, like I said, that is, like I said, when you have the account tolerance to be able to risk that much. And I just don't trade like that. As far as uh you know turning $7 into a million, it's not possible, because in one trade, because your mental isn't going to be able to tolerate um 2 points moved, and we can obviously do the math too. 2 points move, I'm just saying hypothetically, this isn't perfect or anything, but 2 points move and you're in $300 a loss, or $50 a loss, $20 in loss on a $10 account. You see what I mean? So it's all about really what you can tolerate. And like I said, you use these numbers here and calculate it. Obviously, if you wanted to go a little bit higher in your risk, now that we have the numbers, guys, see you in the next video. Let me do this. Make sure, like I said, like, subscribe. See you in the next video. Guess it's going to be a 4-part video. See you guys in the next one. Make sure you see me there. Peace.